of people wonder, hey, how do I hear God's voice? How do I know that God's really talking to me? Bro, my whole life, I always thought the voice of God, I always thought that was just me tripping. But this is how you know God is speaking to you, bro. First off, you can only hear God's voice when you have clarity. A lot of people don't have clarity in this life because what do? We indulge in instant gratification, which is usually a vice, and it has a negative outcome. It leaves us feeling guilt, shame. So it takes us further away from God because all of this stuff I'm talking about, vices, addictions, it's all sin. So when we indulge in acts like that, we have no clarity. So when we don't have no clarity, we can't hear the voice of God because we're partaking in a life of willful sin. But you start to get more clarity when you start to live more of a conscious, congruent life with the Holy Spirit. God talks to everybody, bro. God talks to everybody, but you need clarity in your life in order to hear his voice. How do you get that clarity? You deny yourself, and the only place you report is above to God, bro. That's it. God is gonna tell you what to do step by step in your mind, bro. You gotta pay attention to that voice in your head. You're not tripping, bro. We all know right from wrong. We all know what we should be doing and what we shouldn't be doing. The Holy Spirit speaks to you. The Holy Spirit speaks to you with that feeling in your gut, with that feeling in your chest. You ever was about to do something and you did it, but you knew you shouldn't have done it, and you went through with it, and then you was like, oh man, like I knew I shouldn't have done that, or I knew that cop was gonna be right there. Damn, bro, like I just had a feeling. Like, I'm telling you, that intuition, that guidance, that right from wrong, step by step, that's how the Holy Spirit speaks to you. But you need clarity. So that's why I push a life of not indulging in willful sin, dropping drugs, living a sober life, denying yourself, bro. I'm not trying to be like everybody else, bro. I'm partying, fornication, all of that, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, that stuff is dead and it's out. And all that do is lead to spiritual death. 2025, we living amongst the spiritual dead, bro. A lot of people are just way off, spiritually dead out here, and it's crazy because I look around and most people don't even seek a positive life of like overcoming, of growth, of like prosperation, bro. People don't even seek that, bro. A lot of people don't even look for adversity, growth. A lot of people just want to take it on the back and lay it down and just give up. And that's what a lot of people are doing, man. A lot of people are serving themselves in these last days. A lot of people selfish. That's exactly what that is. A lot of people are selfish. And when you selfish, you definitely can't hear, like, you can hear the voice of God because God is going to convict you. But when we're selfish, we put our wants over what he's telling us to do, and what that's going to lead is that's just going to lead to a life of destruction. And me and you both know that, because when you're serving yourself, you don't feel peace and clarity in your life. But when you're reporting to God every little step that you take, your life's at peace, bro. Your life is finally at that peace and clarity and that validation you was always looking for. I'm telling you, man. Everybody in this life wants to feel loved and important and wants peace and validation. And when you're getting it from the Most High, you're gonna find out that was what you was looking for the whole time. You was like, why was I looking for validation from all these lost souls out here? That's what you're gonna say. You're gonna be like, bro, what the heck was I doing? I'm telling you, a lot of these people, man, a lot of these people don't even see it, bro. And the reason why I do this is so my words could touch somebody's heart, bro. Because I always knew there was something more to life, bro, than just what what the world is making it seem like. Oh yeah, you know, just like, bro, just don't be worldly, bro. Like all of this stuff that the world wants you to focus on, bro, it's all big old pile of BS, bro. Straight up, bro. And like, not to like spiritual bypass things, you know. Everybody wants to be comfortable. Everybody wants to be, you know, they want to live a comfortable life. You know, there's nothing wrong with having like a nice car, nice materialistic things, but we don't let that stuff rule us. It's just a bonus. You know, when God blesses us with that stuff, it's a bonus. But a lot of people are just like, a lot of people worship money, that lifestyle. We don't do that, bruh. We don't do that. And with this life, people think, bro, let me tell y'all this. If worshiping God, if walking the righteous path was easy, everybody would be out here doing it. And that's why you don't see a lot of people living this type of life, because it's hard and many are called, but only few are chosen. Only few are really willing to just deny themselves daily and be governed by something much bigger than them. You feel me? Like, most people aren't willing to do that. Because why? Because they're selfish. They serve themselves. A lot of people are in bondage, man. They're just, bro, they're just lost. But all that I could do, all that you can do is lead by example. And all you could do is plant the seed. I had to learn that in my life, bro. I can't change, like, you know, we can't change people. All we can do is plant the seed and, you know, just hope the Lord touches that person's heart, bro. That's all we can really do. But, man, a lot of people think that this life is going to be easy. But when you following God, you know, it's not going to be like Candyland the whole time, but we will be living a peaceful life, though. It's not going to be easy, but it will be a peaceful life, and that's what we always looking for. But, man, like I said, bro, you need that clarity. You need that clarity in order to hear the voice of God, bro. He speaks to you with that feeling, bro. With that feeling in your heart, bro. With that feeling in your mind. You know it's him. You will know it's him, bro. You will know it's him. So the only way that you gonna get that is by dropping all of these things that's keeping you in bondage. Fornication, smoking weed, getting drunk, addictions, gluttony, straight up just overeating, just trashing your body, bro. Trashing your body, that is what's really gonna get people spiritually disconnected, bro. A lot of people overlook that sin, which is gluttony. That's why taking care of your body is so important. A lot of people think it's like vain or whatever, but then the people that's saying that is fat. You feel me? Like, that don't even make no sense, bro. Like, a fat person is calling me vain because I take care of my body, and they're saying, oh yeah, like, you know, Christian, da 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 da. I'm like, bro, get out of here, bro. Like, I definitely wouldn't take your advice, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Not even that I'm superficial, bro, but when you love yourself, you don't trash your body, bro. Straight up. And I'm not one to judge somebody's outward appearance, bro. But when you love and respect yourself, you don't do those things, my nigga. But yeah, like I said, bro, clarity. Get rid of all addictions, vices, so that way you can adhere to the voice of the Holy Spirit. Let's get it. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. Seeds for the kingdom, man.